Hello everyone, this is Harshita. So today I'm here to explain about how to control three LEDs using IR remote. So I have written my code in Arduino IDE app. So this is my code. I'm going to simulate the circuit using online website tinkercad.com. I'll start with the components that I've used here. This is Arduino UNO board, breadboard, my IR remote and IR sensor. So this is my IR sensor I have used and IR remote. These are my components. Now let us see the connections that I have given here. So first I have used green, orange and blue LEDs. I have connected all the three anodes to 2, 3, 4 pins of Arduino UNO board respectively. Then I have used a 220 ohms resistor for connecting my cathodes and then grounded them all together. And then here for IR sensor I have three terminals. I have grounded the middle terminal with the ground of Arduino UNO board, and I have given the positive power supply to the third terminal of IR sensor. And then my first terminal I have connected it to the 12th port because I want to read my input from my 12th port. Now these are the basic connections I have done. Now let's go to the code that I have written here. Whenever we use a certain library, we need to be sure that that library is already installed in our IDE app. So here I'm using my library irremote.h. So for this initially I need to download my library. So go to Sketch, include library and then manage library. Then you will get a window. Here you need to search for our required library. IR remote is our required library, and as you can see here I have already installed it. If it is not yet installed, this will be highlighted and you can click on this and install. So after the installing the library, you can directly use the library as irremote.h. So I have already copied the code here. So I am declaring all my variables with int data structure. And then IR receive is equal to 12 because this will be the variable that I am assigning to my port 12 to receive my input. And then blue pin, orange pin, green pin, which are blue LED, orange LED, green LED connected to 2, 3, 4 pins. So I have initiated them with my pin numbers. And then IR receive space IR receive IR underscore receive. So this is the keyword I'm using for reading the input from IR receive. Whatever input I get to receive at 12th port will be read in the variable of IR receive. So decode results space results. This step will allow me to decode the results or the input that I have received at the pin 12. Now void setup serial begin. I am also using serial monitor to see the output, and IR receive dot enable IR in. So this will this enable keyword starts my IR sensor to receive the data from the IR remote. So whenever I start enable, the data will be receiving from IR remote to IR sensor. Then pin mode 2, 3, 4 outputs. So those will be my LED outputs that are connected to 2, 3, 4. Now void loop code. So if IR receive dot decode at the rate results. Now whatever results I am reading from that 12th port, when it is decoded, if that is not a null character, then the if loop will be initiated. Long int decode is equal to results dot value. Now whatever results that I get here, that will be directly displayed in the character of in the data type of long int. So decode will be the variable that I am assigning to my results dot value. Here there is a small task that you need to do before the final simulation. So we'll see that in the next step. So I'm serial print dot println result value. Now I am directly printing the result value that is taken from my sensor IR remote to my sensor. I am directly printing it on the serial monitor. So switch result dot value. First, for blinking an LED, we need to know the values or the exact long int values that are decoded here. So then you can assign each value for each LED. then the operations on LED can be done. So here first I have used long int decode and display it on the serial monitor. First I'll simulate it. Now my circuit is in simulation mode. Now I'll use 1 and a unique value will be displayed. Then 2, a unique value for this remote and this sensor will be displayed. Now I'll click on 3. Same. Similarly, the unique value for this number will be displayed on serial monitor. Similarly, I'll know the values for all the 6 buttons I am going to use to operate my LEDs. So I'll stop the simulation. Now the thing we need to do is we have to use these addresses as our case numbers, because this is a unique value assigned to this one button that we are sending it to IR sensor to operate our LEDs. So whenever this comes, then we can be sure that our first button is used. So these values will be unique for each remote and each sensor. So I am using these values for case numbers, case variables. So I have copied all these in each of the case variables. Now we can confirmly tell that these are the numbers or these are the buttons that we are using to control these LEDs. So I'm clearing it, and again, as I have assigned new values for this case, I am starting my simulation again. Now, whenever I assign my unique code for these case variables, only those buttons will be used to operate my LED. Here, when I'm pressing 1, my blue LED is switched on. Then when I'm pressing 2, my blue LED is switched off. At the same time, when I'm pressing 3, my orange LED is switched on. When I'm pressing 4, my orange LED is switched off. Similarly, when I'm pressing 5, my green LED is switched on. When I'm pressing 6, my green LED is switched off. That is what I have written in the code here. So switch result value, first I have displayed the unique codes for this remote and sensor, and then I have used those unique addresses as case variables, and then in each case variable I have given digital write 2 high, 2 low when 1 is pressed and when 2 is pressed, then 3 high, 3 low when 4 is pressed and 5 is pressed, 4 high and 4 low when 5 is pressed and 6 is pressed. So this is how my case statements are written, and we have to use break for every case so that if this is not pressed, then the next case will be initialized. And again I have used here IR receive.resume. So whenever I press 1, the LED will be switched on, and then later it comes out of the switch cases, and then we have to put this because we have to resume this function for reading the next number that is going to be the input for IR sensor. So this helps in receiving the next values from the remote. So this is how this loop works, and I have given delay of 10 nanoseconds. So this is end of our simulation, and this is how this circuit works. Thank you.